Okay, so today we are reviewing graphing. We're going to show you both the calculator and computer version. Okay, so number one. First off, let's remind ourselves about slope. It is positive if going up, negative if going down from left to right, and vertical is undefined, and then your horizontal has a slope of 0. I finally remembered slope man without looking it up. So the first one is negative. My M is negative. What's my B? If it's not there, it is 0. Okay? So there's not a number being added. Now that's all to write your formulas down. Y equals mx plus b. So you start by plotting the y-intercept, which is at 0. And if you count the graph, it's an 8 by 8. So it's 8 high, 8 down, 8 left, 8 right. So if I want to go up 6, I'm going to go 2 down. Am I going to go to the left or to the right? To the left. Because if I go to the right, it makes it positive. So that's what the popsicle sticks are for. So that you can draw a straight line. Almost, I kind of missed, but what's the domain and range for that? The domain is, are we going left and right forever? Got arrows on both ends. The answer is yes. And the range, we're going up and down forever. So the domain and range is all real numbers. Okay, now what does it look like on the computer? So this is your number 2, just so happened. So you're going to do the same thing, y equals 5x. So again, my b is 0. So I'm going to plot the 0. And here's one way you can do it. So put a check mark that you like the 0, and then you can put a second point at the y-intercept, wherever it is. Then since my slope is 5, I'm going to take that second point and I'm going to go up 5, rise over run. So rise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over 1. And that is my line. And then you hit your final check. If you've got to throw it in the trash for any reason, you hit the trash button on the bottom. If you're throwing just the point away and you need to re-graph it, that's where that trash comes in. So, and we check. Yay, I got it right. Okay, so I did the 0 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And over 1. So every whole number has a 1 on the bottom. Rise over run. Okay, 3 and 4 and 5, we have a table. So you can fill out the table doing the math in your head or by calculator, either way. 0 is the easiest one. So if I'm putting 0 in for x, so I have 3/4 times 0 minus 4. And then we have 3/4 times 4 minus 4. What's anything times 0? 0, it's gone. So all of that's gone, and I end up with just -4. So we can just cover it up. Whatever's still there is what you have left. And then 4 divided by 4, since I have a 4 on top and a 4 on bottom, they cancel out. They equal 1. And then I simply have 3 minus 4, which is -1. And so again, you can plot the 0, -4. So I'm going down 4 on the y-axis because that's my y-intercept. And I have two choices, or you can do both. I can put another dot there and then I can count. My slope is 3/4. So up 3 and over 4. And I have a dot, and that happens to be at 4, -1. So now I've double checked to make sure my table is correct. I feel confident I can check that, and I've graphed it using my slope and y-intercept. And again, you can graph using your slope and y-intercept. You can graph using plotting 2 points. You can graph using your calculator and getting the 2 points and plotting them. Either way, you need to be able to graph. And the only time it gets a little bit more difficult is when our scale is not 1-to-1. Then using the calculator is a little bit easier than plotting points. Okay, number 4. If I make that 0, what's left? 4. Okay, and so if we want the 5 to disappear, we're either going to put 5 or -5 in. Does it matter which? No. So when you put that in the calculator, I recommend, unless you're looking for a fraction, don't put a fraction. Don't use the alpha x. So to put it in the calculator, first turn the calculator on, y equals negative, because that's the beginning of your sentence, 3 divided by 5, x plus 4. So you use division. And so when you go to your table, it's easy to see the whole numbers. I can slot them out quickly. 7 and 4 and 1. I like 5 and 1. 1's a lot closer to the axis. So, 0.
Does it matter which numbers you put in there? Okay.
Nope. I wouldn't put a decimal unless your problem has decimals. But those are perfect decimals. They're not continuous. So 0 and 4 and 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down to 1. And again, if I count, oops, and I went the wrong way, because it was 5 and 1, and what did I leave off of my equation? No, I didn't. Positive 4. 5 and 1. Oh, because I did the positive 4 wrong. My line was going up. So that is wrong. It'd be positive 4. Now, seven, 4.
So they're giving multiple right
5
answers.
and 1. Goodness gracious, I plotted all kinds of bad.
I'm really confused. Yeah, me too.
Well, I plotted bad. I should have counted. Okay, so 0 and 4 is here. And 5 and 1 is there.
Oh, okay.
And then, see if I counted, I'd done better. So, 3, down 3, and over 5. There we go. So again, me personally, I would put a dot at 4 and put another dot at 4 and then go down 3 and over 5 or up 3 and over 5 and use the arrow buttons and then check your point. Okay, number 5. What's the difference between this one and the others?
It does, like,
Is it in the form of y equals mx plus b?
no.
No. So, but that's okay. It's the m is still the number in front of x, and the b is the other number that's either added or subtracted. So, and if I make x 0, I end up with what?
1 and 1.
Positive 1. Because the negative is with 3/4. Okay, then what should my x be? What's my denominator? Do we know what denominator means? Okay, good. Denominator is the bottom of the fraction. So 4, it either needs to be 4 or negative 4. Either way. Let's do negative 4. Negative and negative make that turn to a positive. The 4's go away and I end up with 3. So 1 plus 3 is 4. So if you go to y equals and minus 3 divided by 4 x, and I did negative 4 and I got it correct. I could have done positive 4 and I would have got negative 2. So, and of course you can graph it and look at it. And so plot the 1 y-intercept, and then I'm going, if I do that point, I need to go down 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is at, and that's going down. So negative 4, and the other one was going up 3. 1, 2, 3 over 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be there, the negative 4 and 4. On Get More Math, you can plot 2 points only.
So which one should we plot?
Doesn't matter. Whichever one you plot first. Either one. They're both correct. It just matters if you go up or down. I can say that on STAR, when they have the answers, that they go up always. But both is correct. Okay, so number 6. Graph the following equation. And let me grab 2 from, let me do one on the computer. So here is x equals 4. If you want to change your problem or just do yours and do it similar to mine. So x equals 4. This is your x-axis. So you put 1 dot at 4, and x equals 4. And then you're going to do 1 either above or below. It doesn't matter which. So, because if you have x equals something, that's going to be what kind of line? Horizontal or vertical? Vertical.
So you just make it vertical.
Wait, why did you go 2 up?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I can go 1 up, you can go down. It doesn't matter. You just need 1 other point, either above or below. So, here's another one. So if I do x equals -6, I go to -6 and I can go 1 below. Oops, you gotta check it in between. Check and then go, I can go 1 below.
I get it, makes sense.
You got it? Okay. And then, like say we got unlimited problems. Horizontal is going to be the same thing except for horizontal, y equals 6. So y equals 6 right here, check. And then again, left or right, check. Voila. Okay, do I need to do these on paper? Are we good? Okay, so 8 and 9. I've asked you to fill in your formulas here. We're going to, I'm just going to introduce this. Again, it's not anything new. You've done it last year. Of course, the other stuff you've done since probably 6th grade. Graphing is not new. So I want to review. So the first one, I'm going to use the slope-intercept formula. So because of that, when you get done, you have solved for b. You haven't found your equation. So we're going to start off with y equals -2/5x plus or minus your b, whatever you end up with. Okay, so the y, this is an x, there's your y, so my y is -2. So -2 equals m x plus b. So the math on either one, either using the slope-intercept or the point-slope formula, is the same. You're still going to end up doing the math. So -2/5 times 5. Of course, you can put that in the calculator. And again, the 5's cancel, and you end up with just -2. And we're solving for b. So what's opposite of -2? +2. So whatever you do on one side, you do to the other. So, and b equals what? 0. So that ends up being my answer. So to check it, you can put that in y equals, and that point better show up. If it doesn't, you've done something wrong. Okay. Number 9. Y minus y1, so we have y, minus a negative number. So when you put two negatives in there, negative and negative get a positive. So y plus 2 equals my m 1/3 x plus 5. Okay, so we're going to distribute the 1/3, because please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, says we have to do parentheses first. So 1/3 times x is just 1/3 x. And 1/3 times 5, and so 3 does not go into 5 evenly, correct? Okay, so when you just multiply the top, so 1 times 5 is 5/3, and 3 goes in the bottom. And then the opposite of adding is what? Subtracting. Okay, so to be able to subtract it, I either put it in my handy dandy calculator using alpha x because I want it to stay a fraction, or my brain, or both. 2 times 3 is what?
2 times 3 is
6.
6.
So 6/3 would be, they'd have a common denominator. -6 divided by 3 is -2. So what is 5 minus 6?
1.
So it'd be -1/3. So y equals 1/3 x minus 1/3. And if they, not if, when they test it, they will test it doing something like that, where you'll have fractions you have to multiply, and you end up with fractions in your answer, because whole numbers are too easy. And that's basically as hard as it gets. So I'll introduce that again